Welcome to our place. So delicious. Hello everyone, and have a very special guest. Very important, deeply important to my heart. I know this person over 30 years. She was and she is my inspiration, my teacher, sometimes pain in the neck, to be honest, but I truly believe that whatever was is, we do truly love each other. So I would like to invite our special guest in our kitchen, Inessa Kim.
Hello, my darling. I'm so touched. Thank you so much for your invitation, for your really touching introduction. Thank you. I even had tears in my eyes. Sorry. Hello, everybody.
Inessa is a top chef, and she is actually known as an influencer in the local gastro industry. She's also known as a kimchi queen. And that's why we decided, besides just talking, you know, women are a great multitasker. So we can talk, we can cook, we can eat, we can shoot, so we can do everything. And that's why we decided to cook very simple, delicious, but not really maybe healthy,
you know, not healthy
dish. But to be honest, I thought we are talking about keto, so it's supposed to be something healthy, something, you know, promoting healthy lifestyle. So maybe you tell us what we're cooking and why did you decide to cook this dish?
Well, today we are going to cook a Korean dish, which is called in Korean, well, Koreans watching me, please forgive me my bad pronunciation. You know that Korean is not our mother tongue. So the dish we are going to cook is called budae-jjigae, which means the army stew. I decided to choose this dish for two reasons. First of all, you know, I'm a historian. I studied history, I studied international relations, and this dish is it's a product of history. Because after the Second World War, you know, Korea was divided into North and South part, and the American army entered the South Korea, and the soldiers started to give Koreans such food as sausages, spam, some dry sausages, and Koreans didn't really know what to do with all these products. And they decided to eat them using their own spices and products. So this is a short history of this dish. The second reason why I decided to choose it is, you know, I'm a propagator of a healthy food, of healthy lifestyle.
Exactly.
But as Valerie told, this dish is not healthy at all because it contains a lot of carbs, it contains sausages, etc., etc. But not to get crazy, from time to time you have to
do a cheat days.
Yes, exactly. To do a cheat days, because mental health is not less important than your
physical condition.
Exactly, than the health of your body. So today we are going to cook budae-jjigae, and to make it easier, we've already prepared the ingredients. I will shortly tell you what we have here. As I've already mentioned, we have sausages, we have some dry and smoked sausages, very, very popular in Polish, and in Polish they are called kabanosy. I forgot to mention that when I was in Korea and tried this dish for the first time, I already knew that when I come back to Poland, in Poland this dish will taste even better, because Poland is really known for its sausages.
This is my favorite.
So, yeah, these are tteokbokki,
rice cakes.
Korean rice cakes. We will have yellow cheese, we have shiitake mushrooms, and we have very unhealthy but so beloved by all Koreans and not only ramyeon, Korean instant noodles. I've also prepared broth. Main ingredients of this broth are water, Korean dried fish murchi, and dashima or kombu. What else we have? Of course, we have kimchi.
How without kimchi?
Yes.
Kimchi queen is in the kitchen.
And I've already made a sauce. The main ingredients of this sauce are Korean fermented paste gochujang. This is really super food. Soy sauce, sesame oil, and some gochugaru. Gochugaru are Korean red chili flakes. One of the main ingredients for making kimchi. Okay.
So should we start?
Yes. Shall we? We can start. First of all, we have to put all the ingredients to the pot. To the bowl. Kimchi first. Kimchi will go in the middle. Kimchi will play on the main rows, and then we put some dry sausages, cabanossi.
Yeah, but what you said is a cheat day. I think sometimes people will say, oh, if you are like all about healthy lifestyle, how can you eat this? How can you drink that? But I think if you are eating 80% of the time something unhealthy, and only from time to time you say, oh, now I need to clean myself, I need to think about myself, and just 20% of time you are just eating something nice, it doesn't really count, right? But if like 90% or like even
95% in my case,
you are eating healthy, and just like 5% is sometimes, treat yourself good or celebrate something, even or having these cheat days, it's different.
Just one more thing. I had tteokbokki in my refrigerator, but in the original recipe there should be Korean glass noodles, which are called ramyeon. Okay, and now we pour the broth. We pour the broth and start cooking. And I think that when we finish our talk, the dish will be ready.
And we will try together. And you're just like a bright example of how to get what you really want to get despite of any kind of circumstances, challenges, such as stubborn areas, such a unique creature. So maybe you tell briefly how historian, as you mentioned, PhD, being like, you were scholar of sorrows, you were traveling around the world, you moved in Europe, you achieved so many things in life, but how did you change your career from like historian and being now top chef?
Well, actually, when I was talking about today's meeting, I remembered me many years ago, actually when I was a child. When I was a child, I was going to school, I observed the life of our mom, our aunts, our grandparents, and I always thought, well, I don't want just to live, this life
Traditional way.
Traditional way. Something inside me told me that I was born to live a really great life. And my dream was to study abroad. I was dreaming, but at that time it was not possible because, it was a Cold War, the Iron Curtain. But I was dreaming and I imagined how I go to London, how I go to the States, how I travel all over Europe. And dreams come true. Now I live in Europe, I live in Poland, as Valerie said. I studied in England, I studied in Czech Republic, I studied in Hungary. I traveled to some international conferences to the United States, but ended up in Poland, started my PhD, but never finished it. Nevertheless, I thought that I will be doing the academic career. But cooking has always been my great passion, my hobby I loved cooking. When I was a little girl, I loved to help my mother, my aunts, my grandparents. When there was a kind of a family event, I was the first to help. And but I've never thought of going professionally into cooking. Well, it's really hard to talk about this, but in 2009, we actually lost our parents in the car accident, and it was really hard time for all three of us. Before this accident, I divorced with my husband. Earlier, my daughter was diagnosed autism. I moved to another place. My daughter started a new school, and my mom, our mom, came to help me, to support me at these hard times. She spent with me a month, and at that time I didn't know that it was such a present from the heaven, from the universe, that I could spend a month with our beloved mom. Approximately 2 weeks after I drove her to the airport, I received a call that our parents died in the car accident. So I got a really serious depression. I couldn't do anything. Actually, if not my daughter, whom I had to drive to school every day, well, you know, I had to cook for her, I had to do everything around her. She's autistic, and she needs even more care than kids without any problems. And at that time I started to make dumplings. I was making dumplings like crazy, because when I was making them, it was kind of a relaxation. Yeah, it was kind of a relaxation, kind of a meditation. And I really made a huge amount of these dumplings, and I didn't know what to do with them. So I started just to give it away, and then people said that, well, they cannot just accept it, they wanted to pay me. I didn't feel really comfortable, selling what I love to do to my friends, but they insisted. So I started to sell these dumplings, and then I thought, actually, the dream of our parents was to open a small restaurant here in Poland. Because our mom was the best cook in the whole family. Yeah, with all due respect to our grandmothers, I can say that our mom cooked even much better than our grandmas. And our father was a businessman, and he said that he will support me, so that all I have to do is just to start acting. But I said, oh no, because I don't want my passion to become my horror, because I knew that gastro business is a very hard, is very tough. But well, when parents died, I remembered about that, and I thought, okay, maybe I realized their dream, and I, in a way, prolonged their lives. So I opened a very small bistro, not far from the center of Warsaw, and I was specializing in making dumplings from different parts of the world. Russian pilmeni, Georgian hinkali, Korean mandul, etc. Then I also started to enrich the menu, and well, I didn't expect that it will be such a success, because people loved my food. I had many clients. I had a lot of orders, but 6 years after I opened it, I had an arm injury, and I also started to have some health problems, because working in the kitchen is really tough. Well, I was not so young. Well, actually,
come on, you are.
Actually, well, I'm.
We will come back to this point.
I started to have some health problems, so I thought, okay, I realized the dream of my parents. They should be proud of me. I was proud of myself. Actually, due to opening the bistro, I could take part in a culinary show, Top Chef, the second season. And actually, this was the start of my present career, because I met so many fantastic people, a lot of people who are a lot of influencers, a lot of people already having really great success in gastro business, and then it helped me to develop my my second business. And now I'm teaching the amateurs to cook Korean cuisine, and I also doing the professional trainings for the chefs in hotels and restaurants.
I think one of the most famous restaurants here, they also have in the menu your dumplings.
Yes, I'm really proud that some restaurants in Poland included my dumplings, my author dumplings to their menu.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so this is how I ended up in the culinary business, and
I think
teaching people how to cook.
It was just like a moment when you let go, because a lot of people experience different kind of hardships, and they are kind of in this situation fully. In a way, the bistro was a success, but from the other side, as you said, it was like trying to prolong the life of our parents, right? But as soon as you also let go, maybe deep inside that it is like it is, and also developing yourself, going out from from depression. Is how also the evolution of your career began. And now it's completely different life. Like you are traveling the world, you're working with amazing people. You're not like attached to this like everyday hard work. It is hard.
Yeah. Well, actually, the last years of my bistro were really tough, because I was tired. I was tired both physically and mentally. I was stressed, and I said, "Oh my God, it would be so perfect if I could realize my another dream." I called it cook and travel.
Mm-hmm.
So I was dreaming about traveling all over Poland and teaching chefs and some amateurs how to cook, and dreams come true.
I mean, it was hard to organize this shooting with you, filming, because you were always, "Oh, I'm here, tomorrow I'm there." So finally I was able to catch her. It's so brilliantly said that growth and change are painful, but it is much painful to stay in the place where you don't belong.
Yeah, exactly. It's really a pain. This makes, I personally know many people who just stay in the jobs they hate, but they feel stable. They feel stable but unhappy. So I think that you should always follow your heart, and if you really love doing what you are doing, you will be happy. And money will come.
First step. I think the first step is the most scary for people, especially the ones who love stability. Analyzing, paralyzing. What will be a message for such people? If you said something,
just trust your heart, and trust the universe. Mm-hmm. Because Paulo Coelho, one of my favorite authors, said that when you follow your dream, the whole universe helps you. Mm-hmm. And I can say that this is really true. When deeply in your heart you decide that you want to do this and this and this, and start doing the first steps. You do not, you do not have to see the end. You do not have to see the end of your destination, but just start doing the small steps. Mm. The small steps, and then the resolutions will be coming gradually. Actually, this is what I've learned from this experience: to trust, to trust the universe.
Yeah, and don't wait when you are perfect, because it's always the progress when you're becoming better and better in something. Sometimes opportunities come your way, just grab and you can figure out.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect to start, but you have to start to become perfect.
Exactly. So on this note, let's
Okay.
come back to our food in
Yeah.
terms of
Now I can put, this favorite Korean instant noodles. Koreans are crazy about these noodles.
Yeah.
I remember our sister who lives in South Korea, when the first lockdown started. She showed us the pictures of empty shelves in the supermarket.
Yes.
Koreans were buying all these instant noodles first.
How did you start with the keto? I mean, this is
okay.
such an incredible story, and I know it changed a lot. It changed your life, changed our life, because last year was crazy. And maybe you share this story, how you started this keto journey.
Actually, I was fat. I was twice as big as I am now. I think so, and I didn't feel well about it. I had a problem with losing my weight. I tried a lot of diets. I was exercising a lot, but actually it didn't help. And then I heard that a friend of my ex-partner started ketogenic diet, and he had a tremendous success. He lost like 10 kilos during a little bit more than 1 month. And I said, oh my God, it would be so perfect if I lose 10 kilos in 3-4 months. That would be really, really perfect for me. And I started, to gain the information about this ketogenic diet. I even finished the online course of Dr. Berg. He is very, very well known specialist in ketogenic diets. Well, the basics of ketogenic diet is that you have to eat a lot of fat, but healthy fat. Olive oil, coconut oil, and animal fat, but not fat with antibiotics and this chemical stuff. I'm trying to buy ecological products and eliminate carbs, but not to get rid of all carbs. You need carbs.
Like this is fine.
No, it's not fine. No, it's not fine at all. You have to consume like 50 grams of carbs per day, and you have to eat a lot of vegetables, especially green vegetables like salads, cucumbers, zucchini, etc., etc. So
So you're eating this today?
Well, yeah, exactly. It's parsley, one of my favorite herbs. What I wanted to say. Actually, I lost more than 12 kilos during half a year.
Wow.
Yeah, and actually, I'm so thankful for this ketogenic diet, because when I lost my weight, one day it was a year ago. It was exactly a year ago. After exercising, after the shower, I was standing in front of the mirror and so happy that wow, I'm so slim, so skinny now. And I touched my breast and what I have here, and suddenly I found a tumor. Well, to make the long story short, I was diagnosed breast cancer, but it was not so dangerous. It was not so dangerous because actually I think that due to the ketogenic diet, I stopped its development. I stopped it further development because the main food for cancer is sugars, carbs, and as the amount of carbs was really small. I think that this really helped. So I can say that this ketogenic diet really changed my life.
In a way, saved your life, right?
Yeah, it saved my life. Okay, our army stew is getting ready. We'll put some cheese. I'll put cheese on the top. And I think that in 2 minutes we can start eating. Smacznego! Oh my god,
So nice.
what a great cheat day!
Exactly. I think we're coming from such a diverse family, and both of us, I guess, we went through kind of self-identity crisis.
Mhm.
So, what kind of tools, maybe, or like what, I don't know, maybe not tools, but what helped you to go through this and in a way realize how amazing and unique you are, first of all, and also imperfectly perfect in who you are, what you do, and starting to live this life fully?
Well, actually, the real miracles started to happen when I realized how much gratitude means. Real gratitude. I remember that when I finished 45 at my 45th birthday, I just had a kind of an impulse. I just sat down, took a sheet of paper and a pen and started to write the things, situations, people I'm grateful for. All this came from the depth of my heart. And I was really thinking, for every detail. I did it. I felt kind of a relief and forgot about it. And you know, I found this list maybe a month before the lockdown. I opened it, I read it, I went through it, and you know, and the tears started to run from my eyes, because I realized that after doing that, several months later, my life really started to change. My dream, the project Cook and Travel, started to grow several months after I did this list of gratitude. The things I was grateful for. This is one tool. The second important tool is thinking in the right way. No matter what happens to you, you have to believe that everything what is going in your life is for your good. You just have to truly believe in it. Sometimes I know it's really hard. When when I have something what really hurts for 1 or 2 days, I just can't do anything. But I'm repeating like a mantra. This is for my good, this is for my good, this is for my good, this is for my good. And you have to repeat it as many times as you start believing it. And then again, miracles start happening.
So it's the power of mind and also attitude to life. And I like what you mentioned about the gratitude. But I think the real gratitude comes from the fact when you really start to tap inside of yourself and realize that you're worthy.
Yeah.
Because you can artificially, okay, there are so many different journals. You can say, okay, before I'm going to sleep, I'm thinking about 3 things what I'm grateful for. Probably for some people it also works. But I think the real gratefulness, that is coming from your not just heart but soul, very, very deep. It comes with the feeling that you are worthy. You are worthy of this life. You are worthy of everything what you have. And then this
you are a miracle.
Gratitude, yeah. This gratitude is just unconditional, and it just fully, I can't even explain it, just like a flow that is going through
it's like a flow.
all your body, all the environment.
You feel the warmth in every cell of your body.
Such a profound experience, and I wish that every single of you start experiencing more often during the day this kind of energy, vibrations, and change your life for a better.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for your time.
My great pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, I'm so happy that we had this conversation.
Well, it's a bit unnatural for me because, we usually do not speak English to each other. And actually English is not the language I use on a daily basis, so it was a real challenge for me.
But you did it perfectly, imperfectly perfect. So yes, on this note I want to say thank you very much for being with us today. If you like this episode, subscribe, share.